Hello friends, and welcome to my channel and welcome to a book shopping video. It is fall. I am wanting some new things, but also New Release Tuesday was so kind to us this week, so it is time to go pick up some new releases, but also just whatever the heck I feel like it, because I do have a little bit of store credit from selling some of my used books to Segment Charles, and I also have some rewards points for Barnes & Noble, so it is time to do some damage. Also not exactly doing damage because I have been saving up some credits for this occasion, so let's go spend my credits. Let's go book shopping. Listen, there's just something in me that says that I really want to read The Way of Kings. There's something's dangerous, but like, it's there. This book is very oddly intriguing. The tagline is, if everything in your life was based on a lie, would you risk it all to tell the truth? An exclusive academy tucked away in the mountains, the best and brightest are trained for excellence in the Grand Jeu, an arcane and mysterious contest. It's really pretty. Now what would really be a win is if they had a copy of The Three Body Problem, because I've been really intrigued to read that, but I don't want to pay full price for it in case I don't like it because it's so out of my comfort zone, which means I should just get it from the library, but like also the paperback's so floppy. So if they have it, would be mad. She's here. Is she used though? She's not used, alas. Listen, I usually go to a bookstore on like Saturdays. The vibe of a bookstore on a weekday, immaculate. So much different. Welcome home, friends. Unfortunately, Second and Charles was a smidgeroni of a bust, given that if I had had enough forethought to think 2 seconds, I guess technically behind past thought, I don't know. Last weekend, they had their penny a page sale, which means that they were basically cleared out on the used bookstore front. So there wasn't as much used in there. And also, I just feel like their new releases, they didn't have what I was looking for. So unfortunately, we did not get what I was looking for. However, one thing that I have been needing to get my hands on, the paperback edition of Iron Flame. I was not necessarily planning on buying an 87th copy of Iron Flame, but then I got got, okay? My friend McKenna, I went to her house last weekend and saw the way that she had, the spine's facing out. I'm sorry, the dragon spine is gonna get me every time. And I feel like if I already have the first book, it's the sunk cost fallacy if I gotta finish the series, which is how they get us to buy 87 copies of the same book. And unfortunately, I am yet the next victim. However, she's very cutie and I am actually glad to have her, if nothing else, just to have a little dragon bookshelf moment. It's decor, if you almost think of it that way. Anyways, I had full intentions of going to Barnes & Noble after going to Second & Charles, but unfortunately, I got a little bit lost in the sauce of Second & Charles, and then I looked down to realize that it was 7:45, and Barnes & Noble closed at 8. So Barnes didn't happen last night. I tried again tonight. In theory, and according to Google, and also to their storefront, they close at 9 on Fridays. So at 8:30 when I went, and the doors were locked, I was kind of confused, but that just felt like it was my sign to maybe not buy the books today. Maybe I should exercise a little bit of restraint, a little bit of caution, and a little bit of, hey, I don't know that I'm necessarily going to immediately read these books, so maybe it would be more fun to go buy those books as I actually read them, which like kind of is smart. So if you're looking for a sign to buy a new book, here you go. But like also, if you're looking for a sign to wait to buy books until you're actively ready to actually read them, maybe take this as the bigger sign. So given that Barnes & Noble was closed, which is like, how dare they have business hours, I managed to sit in my car. While I was in my car, staring at the door, yearning to be inside, I thought, maybe before I forget, I should put a hold on some of these books. And sure enough, 2 books in particular have already come through, and I feel like that is the absolute sign from the universe that is both encouraging to me, but also reinforcing to me. Use your library. Read library books before you buy the physical book. And then if you like the physical book, then you can get a shelf trophy and then you didn't waste money. So I did get the ebook holds for both Terror at the Gates by Scarlett St. Clair and Wrath of the Dragons by Olivia Rose Darling. So I'm going to read those books within the next 2 weeks. I got 14 days to read them before I buy them, which I feel like is going to be, I'm so excited about both of these books. These are both new releases from authors that I have already read. Now, as far as Warrior Princess Assassin goes, Libby did not have that book yet. However, I did not manage to check Hoopla, so let's check it now. That would be a no. So Warrior Princess Assassin, I will have to get my hands on some other way. However, we at least tried. And I think that's good habit. That's good habit to be into. So there's no Barnes & Noble haul for this particular video. However, this last weekend, I had to go visit Bestie McKenna, and Bestie McKenna lives in the same town as my favorite indie bookstore. So anytime that I get to go visit Bestie McKenna is always a good time, but then also I get to end off the good time with hitting up my favorite bookstore on the way out. And that is in fact what I did. So can't get back to past me to go on a little fable trip. Let's go to my favorite indie bookstore. So cute.
It's so
of her. Wait. Why do I kind of want it? It has to. Oh, it has like a little galleon in it. So cute. That is really cute. The Great Gatsby graphic novel edition. I cannot get over that. Wow. The light. The light. It's actually really pretty. So cute. Welcome back, friends. Okay, when I went to Fable, one of my goals is to buy books intentionally. Like, I don't want to just buy books because they're new releases and they're out and they're available for me to buy. I feel like TBR Takedown over the last couple of months has really curbed by just like impulse book buying habits. And I feel like I'm really selective with the books that I have been buying. And I've been really trying to be really careful and really specific about only buying like new releases, for example, when I'm actively ready to read those books. That being said, I did in fact buy Fallen and the Kiss of Dust by Carissa Broadbent, which is the fourth book, technically in a series, but the second book in a duology, and the first book in the duology, I in fact DNF'd, and I need to get back to it, and I haven't gotten back to it. So I need to get back to Songbird and the Heart of Stone. However, I love Carissa Broadbent's writing literally so much. Her entire War of the Lost Hearts trilogy, immaculate. Every single book was 5 stars for me. So that all being said, I did buy this book, and I'm excited to read it. Hopefully sooner rather than later. However, I do have a little bit of an Amazon book haul that I figured we could go through a couple of these things. Number one, while I open this beautiful lovely box, okay? I am currently listening to The Poisoner. I'm loving it. Like, I'm actually loving it down, boots the house down, like so down bad for me. I am it for it. I am so down bad for it. There we go. I am having the best time with this book, and I in fact ordered it and will arrive tomorrow. I'm starting to notice that I have a little bit of a harder time with buying books recently because most of the books that I read are indie fantasy romances, and I feel like they're not as in person where I live. They're harder to find in person in general, but especially where I live. And I am someone who really loves an in-person book shopping. Like, I just love the book buying experience. I love book shopping. I love going and seeing all the books, feeling all the books, looking at all the books, and then bringing a book home. That's my favorite thing in the whole world. Like, I love it so much. Online book shopping, I mean, it's still kind of fun because then I get to unbox it later, but like also I prefer to buy books in store when I see them. But a lot of the books that I do read are not necessarily in store. So I feel like my book shopping in person has been a little bit less successful in the last handful of months, but I also just feel like I am becoming a good consumer and only like being really picky with things that I buy. So yay for me, I'll take it. The other caveat with indie fantasy romance is that sometimes they get picked up by traditional publishers and the indie editions got a print, and I'm really sad that I didn't get the indie edition, so I didn't let that happen. With Nocticadia by Carrie Lake and Anathema, also by Carrie Lake. As you can tell, the fact that one is shiny, one is not, is going to drive me crazy. However, Bestie Bailey from Bailey Nicole Reads read Anathema and she absolutely loved it. I just want to also absolutely love it. But when I think of fall books, Carrie Lake, I've not read a Carrie Lake, but everyone screams about Carrie Lake. Both of these books I put on my fall TBR for last year, and I just didn't end up getting to them. This year though, this year, I feel like at least one of these is gonna be my next 5-star. I don't know. Hopefully I'm putting that onto the universe. I'm really hopeful. To put that aside, maybe that is why. I did also go ahead and order online a copy of A Dowry of Blood that will also be here for tomorrow. I know that this is one of Rachel's, Rachel at Raven-Haired Reader, her favorite books like of all time. And what's not to love about Dracula and seeing it from his wife's perspective? I think that's going to be great. So that's all I know about this book. Is that even right about this book? I don't know. But this is another one that I couldn't find a copy in person and I really want to read it. So I did in fact buy it online. and it will in fact be coming Saturday. However, there are a couple other books. Given that we couldn't quite make it to Barnes & Noble, there are some things that I want to get my hands on, things that are new releases, the things that I've already read, we're getting new editions of. Okay, number one being Quicksilver. Okay, I am going to reread this book very, very soon, and I'm going to absolutely love it because I'm going to listen to the audiobook, and it's going to be Anthony Palmini, and I'm going to absolutely cherish every single moment about it. I, however, want to get the new release. I think what I might actually do is wait, because I feel like eventually Second & Charles is going to get it, and that would be a good book to use my store credit on. So I'm thinking that I might wait for them to get it before I actually order it. But then something that I will just pick up the next time that I go to Barnes is going to be, and I hate that I am going to buy this book, because I hated this book, and hating is a strong word, but like also how far off is that? Not really, because that book is none other than House of Flame and Shadow, which is the third book in Crescent City. If you've heard me talk about Crescent City before, you know that I personally choose to believe that it is a standalone and not a series. However, the Barnes & Noble edition, if I don't get it, I'll be sad, because I feel like I just need to complete my set of the paperbacks, the Barnes & Noble exclusive paperbacks. And again, that's how consumerism, that's how they're going to get us. But they got me. Do I like this book? No. Do I like the cover of this book? Yeah, actually I do. So I feel like the collector in me would be really sad if I didn't get it. So the next time I'm in Barnes, I will definitely grab a copy of that. Though it has been out for a while and I haven't grabbed it yet, so we'll see how long it takes me to finally purchase that. But that's on the brain at the moment. So once again, if you're looking for a sign to go book shopping, just to kind of browse, see what's out there, have a fun little walk around, get your steps in, have a good time, do it. But that doesn't mean you have to buy a ton of books. That means you can just walk around and look at the things and then go and visit your local library. So if you were looking for a sign to buy a book, here's your sign. But if you were looking for a sign to be smart about the books you buy, be patient with the books you buy. Don't just buy the books because you see it there and you're like, ooh, yeah, that's bright, pretty shiny. I would love to buy that. Maybe here's a bigger sign. So that is the end of this book shopping / book borrowing video. Now that we have started gathering the books for my fall TBR, if you have any more books that I need to be adding to my TBR, definitely leave them in a comment down below, because I also would love to do a fall TBR video coming up shortly that I just want to talk about fall. If you have made it this far into the video and you wanted to let me know that you are here, go ahead and leave an orange emoji for Second & Charles, or leave some sort of fall variety, because I'm already there. I know we're still in August and I know that we have a little bit more time in August, but like I'm involved. I'm brain fall. That's all. Anyway, so don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for not only a little fall TBR, but also me reading these books, because fall is a season for reading. I'm in the season for reading. I want to read. I want it to be fall. I want the weather to cool down. I want to be cozy. I want to sit with my cutie little candles in the background and just read and be cozy and read and be cozy. Anywho, that is all for this one. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night wherever you are, and I will catch you in the next one.